Some of the monuments that you see in this documentary are now out of public reach. This documentary is the only source to see the grandeur of them, so please watch entire video. Thank you.
From ancient times, around 7 different routes are being used to reach Tirumala, the abode of God Venkateswara. At present, Alipiri is the most popular footpath and most frequently used by the pilgrims. In the bygone centuries, the prominent footpath was this flight of steps called as Srivari Mettu. The fascinating significance of Srivari Mettu is that this was the path taken by God Venkateswara to reach his abode after his marriage with goddess Padmavati. It is also the route travelled by greatest Vijayanagara emperors such as Krishnadevaraya and Venkatapatiraya. This was the path frequented by the illustrious Vaishnava saint of 16th century, Sri Vyasaraja from Dvaita school of Vedanta, when he was overseeing Tirumala temple rituals from 1486 AD to 1498 AD. Such is the sacredness, nobility and prominence of this Srivari Mettu. Srivari Mettu is 6 kilometers away from the historical Srinivasa Mangapuram temple, which is on the way to Madanapalli from Tirupati. The total distance from Tirupati to Srivari Mettu would be approximately 20 kilometers. The 6 kilometers approach road from Srinivasa Mangapuram to Srivari Mettu is studded with many historical monuments, just like a beautiful necklace studded with precious stones. Pillared mandapams, temples, wells, and water bodies, one can find examples for each category of archaeological significance. The only motive behind these constructions is social service. These structures were constructed for the welfare of the pilgrims who come to Tirumala by foot from faraway places. Most of these monuments were built during heydays of Vijayanagara Empire. It is estimated that these structures have come up during Sangama, Saluva and Tulu dynasty rule of Vijayanagara. Some monuments could be ascribed to Aravidu dynasty, the last royal house of Vijayanagara. Team Anveshi, led by an enthusiastic explorer, Shivakumar Challa, visited these much neglected monuments with an aim to recreate a heritage walk through these once popular walkways to Tirumala. Come, join us Let's begin our heritage walk.
This is our first journey towards the heritage walk. So here on my background you are seeing Vanda Mandapa, or it is otherwise called as Rottala Mandapam. It is one of the very ancient of this area. The people used to distribute rotis to the pilgrims who are walking on this path. That's why it is called Vanda Rottala Mandapa.
This is the first archaeological monument and serves as the starting point to the heritage walk.
In Tulu, Vanda means kitchen, so the name is retained from that language. So it's one of the examples of the multicultural congregation at Tirupati.
In contrast to the rest of the monuments, Vanda Mandapa or Rottala Mandapa is located a bit far away from the ancient walkway to Tirumala. There are no other prominent structures around this mandapa. This isolation makes this mandapa quite a curious one.
And here you can see it is in a very bad shape now. There are all sorts of vandalism is seen over here. People try to pull it down in search of treasures and all old things. They even tried bulldozing it down completely, that we can see on the right side of the mandapa.
Estimated to be constructed during Salva dynastic rule of Vijayanagara, this mandapa has been badly damaged partly due to negligence of concerned authorities and partly due to the greediness of illegal treasure hunters. The structure that served food to the pilgrims is now left to rot under the heap of negligence by public and government.
Now, one more landmark is on the mandapa. You'll see a lot of iconographic features, lot of sculptures. On the top you can also see the memorial stones or the patrons who are contributed here, their pictures are depicted, their sculptures are depicted there along with their wives.
There are images of three pairs carved on the supporting pillars of the mandapa. Look at this first pair, a man with single women. But look at the second one. Here, the man is with two wives. And look at this gleeful third pair, where the man is seen with three consorts. Who are they? Were they members of royal family? Or were they some noble souls whose generosity of serving food had nurtured the mandapa to gain its name? Unfortunately, information is not available on these patrons. Indeed, it's the saddest part of the story.
So in our journey towards this heritage walk, we are in the second stage, the second monument, iconic monument over here. So from there, we have come this way. This is called Guru Raja Mandapa.
Guru Raja Mandapa is the second stop in Srivari Mettu Heritage Walk, but the first monument that appears on the newly laid road to Srivari Mettu. Guru Raja Mandapa is approximately 2 kilometers from Vanda Mandapa. It comes on the right side of the road while driving towards Srivari Mettu from Srinivasa Mangapuram. Guru Raja Mandapa is a square structure having a corridor passing through it. Left and right portions of the structure have raised platforms and the roof is supported by 8 pillars, that is 4 pillars on each side. Every pillar is intricately carved with fine images of gods, angels, animals, and saints.
Guru Raja, it's a title, is given for a saintly person. At that Vijayanagara time, there were various philosophical thoughts. Like you have Advaita, Dvaita and Visishta Advaita. Who is this Guru Raja? It is still we need to know from the history who was there prevalent at that time and whose honor is this mandapa is named on.
Guru Raja is an epithet generally used to address a saint. It is a reverential praise of a saint who has achieved self-realization at an higher level than other saints. Going by the frequent uses of the word Guru Raja among Madhva community, who are the followers of Dvaita school of Vedanta, it can be assumed that the Guru Raja in whose honor this structure is being called could be from that community. As per the inscriptions found at Tirumala temple and Govindarajaswamy temple at Tirupati, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtha was at the helm of spiritual affairs during Krishna Devaraya and Achyuta Devaraya's reigns. He was also equally revered by Saluva Narasimharaya when he was the governor of Chandragiri Seema, and continued after he became the monarch of Vijayanagara Empire. Hence, it may be assumed that this mandapa has been constructed in the honor of Sri Vyasaraja Tirtha.
Here inside the Gururaj Mandapa, there are 4 yatis, the figurines of 4 yatis. So we can see one over here, and on the other pillars also you will find yati figures. Whether all these 4 are of the same guru or the saintly figure, or there are various different figures, we need to find out.
As there are no concrete evidences or verified information is available on this structure, there is need to conduct research on this aspect.
It is said that people used to distribute the sacred tirtha to the pilgrims who are passing through this. Sacred tirtha is, it may be Abhisheka tirtha, a sacred water which is done out of ablution of the god, is distributed to the people over here. So after taking the tirtha, people will pass to the Golla Mandapa. Once we pass through Gururaj Mandapa passage, we'll come to another structure called Golla Mandapa.
After travelling a kilometer further from Gururaja Mandapa, we will reach our next destination, Golla Mandapa.
Golla is a community in colloquial language. It's a community of cattle grazers. We don't know why this structure has got Golla Mandapa name.
Surely a magnificent monument with well-preserved structure, Golla Mandapa showcases the grandeur of Vijayanagara art. A king in Namaskara Mudra, human lifting Sanjivani mountain, a female devotee in penance, a dancing jester or Vidushaka, and a kettle rearer. The Golla Mandapa at Tirumala is the most famous monument named after the Golla community. But here is another fascinating monument with the same name, studded with iconography depicting the cattle and their rearers.
You can see the iconographical details on the pillars. There are a couple of pictures, they are related with Golla community. Maybe that is how the connection is established. A depiction of Golla. So he is a male Golla. He is standing with a staff and looking at the grazing cattle. So he is in a relaxed position. And here you can see the kambali, which is a rug or a blanket which protects him from the harsh weather on all season.
There are 4 carvings of Gollas or cattle rearers carved on 4 different pillars. Among the 4 images, this image Carved on the first pillar on the right side row has got distinction over other three carvings. This one has finely carved features, oval-shaped face with a large eyes, prominent nose, though now damaged, and firm lips make this figurine lively and attractive. The other three images of Gollas are cattle rearers, look carved well, but they are not as clearly carved as the first one that we just saw. Another interesting aspect is that the Golla on the first right pillar has been carved in such way that his gaze is focused on the god Venkateswara, carved on the opposite pillar.
So there are other evidences where we can find on the walls which relates to Golla is the cow. A cow in a reclined position where we can see on this pillar. And if you see in another pillar where the cow is doing abhisheka to the linga. So in this pillar you can see cow doing the abhisheka onto the Shivalinga. Golla Mandapa is made out of 24 pillars. There is a passage in between, like what we have seen in Gururaj Mandapa. Here, every pillar has got, lot of pillars have got iconographical treasure. There are a lot of depictions on the different pillars, but all are not rich in depiction. Some of the outer pillars, they are very blank, like there are no depictions are given it. We don't know whether they are replacements or they are changed, they are in change for the pillars which are lost. On the left side of the heritage walk, on the path where the pilgrims used to walk, now you can find a mandapa which stands majestically on the left side of the road. In my earlier research, when I was talking to the people, they are given a different version. One of the version is a bell. It's a sort of a relay bell from starting from Swamivari, the temple, the Tirumala temple. It's a relay bell starting from the Tirumala temple up to Chandragiri fort. The another version is it is a security post. There used to be guards staying here giving protection to the people who are walking on the right side path.
After crossing Gururaja Mandapa, we came across with an ancient temple of Anjaneya. As per the available records, this temple was built in 1442 AD when Devaraya II of Sangama dynasty was ruling Vijayanagara Empire. The original temple, built in 15th century, got ruined due to negligence and harsh weather. A new structure has been erected by L&T Company very recently. While undertaking the renovation, the engineers have used the pillars of the old temple. These pillars have got interesting iconography. This stone image of a king is said to be of Saluva Narasimharaya, who gave generous donations to the temple. According to the available records, Saluva Narasimha ruled Vijayanagara Empire from 1485 AD to 1491 AD. Before that, he acted as governor of Chandragiri Sima for nearly 20 years. Inside the sanctum, there is a 8 feet tall Hanuma Vigraha in Anjali Mudra. It's a beautifully carved Vigraha with large eyes showering the grace upon the devotees. The Vigraha is installed in such a way that the Anjaneya would be facing Tirumala hill and doing Namaskara to God Venkateswara. There is a Pushkarini attached to this temple, but now it is completely dried up and in a ruined state. Once upon a time, this pond was filled with the sweet water, and the pilgrims walking through this path were quenching their thirst. After travelling for a kilometer from Anjaneya Swami temple, we can find Narasimha temple. It has a 24-pillared Mukhamandapa. There is no Vigraha of Narasimha inside the sanctum. As per the local legend, several centuries ago, River Kalyani was flowing through this area. Sometime during 16th century, River Kalyani experienced floods and it has caused the destruction of this temple. As the temple became unattainable to use, the deity god relocated to a nearby village. On the side pillars of the sanctum and also on the right side wall, there are inscriptions belonging to the period of Sadasivaraya. There is a water-rich and well-sculpted step well in front of Narasimha temple. This step well can be considered as one of the medieval marvels of Srivari Mettu area. It is rectangle in shape as specified in Vastu. Even now, the water level is in plenty and pure. It is well guarded with parapet walls on all sides. The approach to the well is decorated with an arch with sculptures of Vaishnava iconography. There are excellently carved sculptures of Mahalakshmi, Hanuma, Garuda and Sri Ramanujacharya.
This is another structure which we find in the path of walking to the Tirumala hills, very close to Tirumala hills. And on my inquiries, this is referred as Sani Mandapam. Sani is a court dancer, Rangasani or something like that. But I'm not convinced with that name given to this structure. But here we can see a Gopura on the top. And in the front there is a Dvajastamba with Hanuman depicted on the Dvajastamba. So it must be a Vaishnava temple. The beautiful decorated stucco carvings on the top of the Vimana. We can see a depleted Ranganatha statue, a inclined Vishnu icon on that. And next to that, there is a saintly figure in the sitting posture, and he is praying to the god. So he must be, the pose is closely resembles with the Ramanuja depiction.
The ruined Vijayanagara monument, Bogasani Mandapa, needs immediate attention for restoration and preservation.
Isn't it an enthralling walk along with the heritage path of Srivari Mettu? During our journey, we have seen the heritage treasures along with the path. We have seen mandaps, we have seen architecture, we have seen heritage, we have seen the good intentions of noble people, and we have seen iconography. All these things are our heritage treasure. Thank you for being part of Srivari Mettu Heritage Walk through our documentary. Team Anveshi cordially invites you to take a real heritage walk along with Srivari Mettu heritage area. We hope to see you here very soon. Thank you. Namaste.
Do share this video and help Anveshi in spreading the awareness of protection and preservation of our cultural assets.